Hello motorcycle fans, how's everyone doing? Right, it's a sunny evening. Whoops, going for a nice spin on the Triumph. It's a bit of a dirty Triumph, haven't cleaned it since last time. I've squished flies on it somewhere, but anyway. What time is it? 6 o'clock. There's a lot of cars about. March Football Rangers Youth Football Club. Ah, football. It's summer. It's a bit of cricket. No? Okay. Yes. Anyway, on to one of my favourite subjects after the intro.
Can you tell me where my country lies? Said the uniform to his true love's eyes. It lies with me.
Right, motorcycle fans. Just get past the mini. Yes, global warming is a subject which is close to my heart, and I did a vlog, I don't know, a year or so ago, and I got a lot of heat, to pardon the pun, because obviously a lot of people believe in man-made global warming. I'm not that convinced, to be perfectly honest, and I've done a lot of research in the meantime. And for those people who think, well, firstly, for those people who think we're actually warming, for the past 3 years we're actually cooling. So please don't listen to mainstream media or these Extinction Rebellion morons, because we're actually heading back towards an ice age. If you go on to a lot of the videos from a channel called Friends of Science, check out some of those findings. Now, these aren't sponsored by anybody, big business, governments in particular, privately funded. And they can shoot holes in all of the data and the models that they've got for the Earth actually warming, and that CO2 is responsible. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'll do my best to sort of roughly explain what's occurring. CO2 levels have increased and are increasing, but CO2 is a natural occurring chemical, and the CO2 which is going up at quite a rate is actually from what's been unlocked in the polar ice cap, which was frozen there during the last ice age. Now, because the climate is actually starting to cool, the planet is cooling a little bit the last 3 years, as I say, but CO2 is still excuse me, rising at quite a rapid rate, then there is no correlation between CO2 and global warming. That's what these scientists say. And even the co-founder of Greenpeace, he thinks global warming is a crock of shit, basically. Yes, we get peaks and troughs. We've always had peaks and troughs. We're actually in the coolest 10% of Earth's history. We've still got polar ice caps. For most of Earth's history, we never had any ice on either of the ice caps. So it's only, I forgot how many million years ago is when we actually did freeze over. And since then we've been having thaws and warming. Now, when you hear these so-called experts, they will go on about, oh, since 1970. That's because the 50s and 60s proportionally was actually hotter than it is now. And if you go back 100 or 200 years, hotter still. So we have peaks and troughs, but we're in a decline, a slight decline of temperature. So, yeah, I don't know, you check out these channels for yourself, see what you think. I know there's one or two of you out there who strongly believe in this stuff. I personally believe it's being encouraged by government so they can tax you more, basically. And there's one or two studies that even if we are slightly contributing towards the CO2, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, because CO2 is natural in the environment. There are certain things which give off CO2 far more than man. So that's your homework for the day. You just find out a little bit about that. And I would be interested to know, but do check these channels out before you give me the heat, as it were. Don't shoot the messenger and all that. I'm just very sceptical of what the government tell us these days. It's all for money, we know that. And if these Extinction Rebellion people have their own way, we'll be driving around in electric cars in 5 years' time. Powered by solar and wind? I don't think so. So basically they want to knock us back to the Dark Ages. Nobody else in the world will do it. You say that to China or Russia, they'll just laugh at you and lock you up in an asylum. So, yeah, we can't listen to these extremists, because basically they are the climate terrorists. Anyway, that's my little vlog for the day. I'm sure you've got things to say, but please just check out these guys. Check out the co-founder of Greenpeace, who they're trying to eradicate from ever being in Greenpeace, and he can tell you all about Greenpeace. That all they're interested in is making money, and if they're not interested in solutions or cures, all they want is panic all the time to get people to put their hands in the pocket. It's just a scam, absolute scam, guys. So anyway, check it all out, let me know what you think. Don't be too unkind if you disagree with me. I'm not unkind to anybody. I'm lovely, really. Honestly, I am. Alright guys, you take care. Bye bye.
Paper late, cried a voice in the crowd. Old man dies, the note he left was signed Old Father Thames. It seems he's drowned.